dude. Hey, skew. Whoa. I'm not even quite sure what skew means. Jesus Christ, guys. Yes, I appreciate the help with the new set. It's coming along fine, but guys, the rules are all still the same. You got your booth, so stay back there, guys. Not allowed on the set. You're not allowed on the set, okay? Quit your loafing around, guys. Anyways, I'm sorry that I had to act that way in front of you guys, to my esteemed staff. But guys, we are here with yet another episode of Art of the Jam. Guys, this is episode number 131, and as you can see, we are in the middle of redesigning the set, a new set for house guests. You know, I'm looking. I'm trying to make it turn a new leaf here, and make the show more accessible and comfortable for more guests. I got the seats on here. I got a one in the middle. I got the king's chair here. Not that I'm any sort of king or anything. I'm just, you got to make room. So I got a wider shot. There's a lot more space to just put things. I don't know what's going to be there, but you'll see. Anyways, guys, we are here with yet another episode of Art of the Jam, and guys, I do have a question for you, as usual, in tradition of Art of the Jam audience. And before we get to the question, we do have, don't forget to guess that band that's coming right after the intro. And I will have to say, I was asked recently to explain the purpose of Guess That Band, and I thought that it was quite insulting to me to have to explain what Guess That Band is. Isn't Guess That Band just... Isn't the explanation in the title? Do I need to explain it to anybody? There's a silhouette of a band. And you guess whose silhouette that is. It's pretty straightforward. Anyways, guys, we are here with another episode of Art of the Jam. I do have a question for you guys in the tradition, and before that, you're going to guess that band at the end of the intro. You're going to find that phantom. Be sure to comment the exact timestamp of the phantom, and I will pin your comment to the top of the comments, where the pin of the comments go. And you will be entered you will be entered for a chance to win some Art of the Jam or Phantom Sam merch. Whenever that will be, you'll know. If you guess it right, you'll know. If you guess it wrong, you won't. So there you have it, folks. There you got it. Anyways, guys, and don't forget to submit those uncles, butch aunts, or shitty cousins, guys. That's just, I'm extending it to your entire family. Honestly, submit anything you fucking want, and I'll be like, is that cool, or is that fucking creepy? Okay, because I don't want that shit. Or, I want that shit. That's just, not in any kind of a sexual capacity, just, I want it or I don't want it. And, or I, whatever it is. But guys, my question for you, oh shit, I also forgot. So, also we have a brand new little segment. It's called Clipping Myself Out of Context so you don't have to do it. This is the segment of the show where at the end I will take some sort of little bits of dialogue and pieces of words that I say throughout the episode, and I will craft them into a rather incriminating, possibly derogatory, we don't know, statement that I would never say on it, that I would never say on its own. It's just clipped out of context, because there's this thing on the internet where people will clip people out of context on podcasts, people on the podcast, and I'm going to just do it for you. I'm just going to nip it in the butt here. I'm going to nip it in that butt and just let you, and so you don't have to do it. And it'll be kind of fun. So stick around for the end of the episode. And this is probably going to be a shorter episode because I am behind schedule because trying to get everything back up to speed with the band and getting ready for tour in June and all sorts of shows coming up. And so I'm a little bit behind. So I hope you enjoy this episode nonetheless. But stick around for the end and you will get a little taste of clipping myself out of context so you don't have to. Anyways, but I feel like I'm really far away from the camera, so if I'm like too far away, just, whatever. And if these clips come out and I am too far away and the clips come out on the next week after this episode airs and I'm like super like fucking out of focus or some shit, that's why. It's too far away. I can't afford a second close-up camera. Go fuck yourself. All right? Thank you. Rub it in my face that I'm poor and I can't afford fucking more cameras. I would have a camera there, 20. I would have a whole staff. That's not true. I actually do have a staff of 2 now, and it's growing. I'm actually looking forward to hiring a new staff member here soon, but you got to find the right people. You got to find somebody you can trust. But guys, stick around for after the intro for Guess That Band, Find That Phantom, Submit the Munkles, and clipping myself out of context at the end will be revealed. But guys, our question for you today, audience, is, and this is a rather serious one, just in lieu of all these like AI. All this AI bullshit and whatever the fuck is going on here with like Diplo. I'm gonna be honest, this Diplo guy, and he's saying that dude that I don't know what the fuck he did. He did something in the news, but Diplo, he is a DJ, music producer guy. I don't know anything about him, nor so you could almost consider this segment blatant bullshit, but the actual news article is not blatant bullshit. Diplo said that if you are a true artist and you are playing real instruments and not utilizing AI, now I'm also just I'm also speaking passionately out of my own emotions, so I might be adding to the whole thing and making it slightly untrue, but that's why we call it blatant bullshit. But Diplo said that if you're not utilizing AI in your career or in your art, you should give up. And yeah, we'll revisit that by the end of the episode because that's kind of just bullshit. So anyways, Diplo, go fuck yourself, buddy. Anyways, and or just take what you... Don't go fuck yourself. Just take what you said and just don't say it. Okay? Anyways, but guys, our question for you is, what are the pros and cons to humans evolving into emotional obsolescence? That's meaning, so recently there's been these conversations on a couple of podcasts where they're talking about is autism is the diagnosis, the modes of diagnosis getting better, and so that's why there's this rise in autism, or is it fucking Roundup, or is it what is that one they call like Red 40? Is it what's the big one? The microplastics, Red 40, and Roundup. I don't know, all these things. Is it what we've done to the planet and what we've done to our food and what we're consuming that is making the diagnosis of autism? Let me get to the point here. So, if there's more people that are being diagnosed with autism, this is not my own words. This is just me repeating what I've heard on podcasts and news articles and stuff. But if there's more people being diagnosed with autism, and not saying that people with autism have no emotions, but I'm saying like they're less so. A lot of them, depending on their level and how far, what direction, what have you, how much they're on the spectrum. I don't know how else you would word that. depending on the level of autism, they're very socially inept or socially awkward or whatever and what have you. But they're almost they're saying that we're almost becoming grays, these aliens. I'm not one to, like I said, I always say this, I'm a broken record, but I enjoy entertaining the thoughts of conspiracy theories, but I do not necessarily believe conspiracy theories. They're just fun, okay? The fact that autism is making us aliens is kind of a fun thought. Is that where we're headed? So then you have the whole like temporal, extratemporal theory of the fact that aliens are us from the future. Kind of checks out. The theory kind of, not saying checks out as in truth, but it checks out as in that's kind of cool. Okay? It's kind of an interesting thought. But, evolving, is autism not an ailment? Is autism evolution into emotional obsolescence and effectiveness? Because most people with autism are like fucking savants. They can fucking teach they can build a computer with their feet. They can fucking they've got mad abacus skills. I don't know what they do. I don't have autism that I know of. I don't really even know anybody with autism. But I've heard things, and that's cool. I'm all about it. Much love to the autistic community. I love you. Anyways, what are the pros and cons to humans evolving into emotional obsolescence? That being said, cue the intro.
Guess that band. Guess that band. Guess.
And we are back from the intro and fading out of existence as I speak. Holy shit. I don't know what the fuck is going on with this shit, but as long as you can hear me, and I know I have a little bit of an echo because I am currently fading out of existence. I'm coming back a little bit. Maybe I'm not. Anyways, we're going to continue on here with this, but I hope you guys do decide to give me your opinions and things in the comments there about what the pros and cons to humans evolving into emotional obsolescence are, because that is would be a swell thing, because I have a very hot take for you. Scalding hot take. Okay, but before we get to this hot take, here is a message from our sponsors at Whimsy Warehouse Studios.
Do you like this shit?
And we are back, guys. I hope you enjoyed that message from our sponsors. It was a good one. And I actually said Whimsy Warehouse Studios, and I actually meant Whimsy Warehouse Vintage. Two different things. Same mother company, but two different things. One is original art and clothes and fashion, and one is stuff that somebody made a long time ago that's old as fuck. But, that's just the way that it is. But guys, I hope, like I said, you enjoyed that message from our sponsors, and I do have a scalding hot take for you. And my hot take is YouTube hates art. YouTube hates artists. They want you to go fuck yourself, and I will tell you why. They let me read something for you. I mentioned in an episode, I'm actually not going to read it, but I'm going to say, on a previous episode, I mentioned that I heard on the Joe Hogan's that you can't hum a tune anymore because you'll get flagged by YouTube for copyright. You can't even hum something, but you can put hours and hours of fucking the most beautiful AI Iranian jazz on YouTube and farm streams and royalties. You want to exploit the war? Is that what you're doing? Is that what we're having? Is that what we're doing here? I just think that that's kind of, I think that's kind of absurd that YouTube can just flag you for humming a tune that's a timeless tune that you might have enjoyed, that's nostalgic to you and relatable to the masses, but you want to produce. And like I said, it's beautiful. It fooled me. This Iranian jazz scam, okay? It fooled me super hard because I seen Iranian jazz. And for those who know me, and even those people that don't know me and that might not know this, is I love me some fucking Middle Eastern shit. I love me some jazz, okay? I'm a big jazz guy. And I like sitars. I like microtonal music. I'm real into like the weird jazzy stuff. And so, of course, I see guitar jazz playlists talking about having like a 2-3 hour long fucking playlist of Iranian jazz music, and I'm like, of course I'm gonna fucking listen to this. Okay. Of course I'm going to listen to this. But then I look and they don't say anything about it being, it's beautiful stuff. Literally, I listened to 10 seconds of it and I was like, I can't handle this right now. This is absurd. And so but then I was like, man, I'll set this aside and I'll listen to it whenever I have time to actually sit down and listen to it, okay? Because I was in the middle of something, but that's beside the point. But I'm listening. I decide to. I was telling Nichelle about it. She's like, "Are you sure it's not AI? Have you checked to see if it's not AI?" And so, of course, I'm an idiot. I didn't decide to look in the fucking little info thing on fucking YouTube. And so I go down. And it's like AI generated bullshit. And I was like genuinely hurt. Okay. I don't want my shit made by a robot, okay? I'm sorry. Actually, I'm not sorry. This is the shit that makes me want to live in the fucking woods, okay? This is what makes me want to retreat into the fucking woods and live in a fucking treehouse that I built with my own hands and fucking piss in a bucket and drink through sand straws. This is what this makes me want to do. AI, go fuck yourself, okay? iRobot was a good movie, though. I'm not going to lie. Even though Will Smith is kind of a I don't believe him anymore. Anyways, sorry, Will Smith. But guys, what I'm trying to say is, and this is what's absurd about it too, is I realize that not only is it AI and hours of beautiful AI Iranian jazz, it was a like. I realize, like, obviously I've realized this for quite some time, that like they can there's no algorithm, okay? It's completely injectable, okay? And what I mean is you think you have this algorithm, and you do to a certain extent. But what I'm realizing is that it's completely injectable, meaning like they can just show you whatever they want. It doesn't have to pertain to your algorithm. Now, that being said, it did kind of pertain to my own algorithm, and that's a whole other thing. But I realize as I'm like scrolling through Reddit, even though I don't do that often, but I was really curious about it, because that's where I discovered that there's actually the huge like war scam going on with it, where they're, like I said, farming streams and royalties, exploiting the war efforts and shit like that, or whatever. I'm not going to speak on the war. I don't fucking give a shit about that, and I'm not going to do a political minute. I realized that because when you get to Reddit, it's like it was shown to people that weren't even into jazz. It was solely a war exploitation scam of beautiful Iranian jazz. I, it's sad. Okay, and that's all I have to say about that. But that was my hot take on that, I guess. But I also forgot to mention to you guys that Phantom Sam, or Phantom Sam's Art of the Jam, is brought to you by Phantom Sam's Word of the Week, Kebitzer. Our word of the week is Kebitzer. And meaning a Kebitzer is one who looks on and often offers unwanted advice. Oh. Sound like somebody you know, maybe? I don't know. I can probably count on one hand, maybe 3, of people I've met in my life that are Kebitzers. Okay? And I'm going to use it in a sentence. Okay? Kebitzer. Bill. Damn it. I forgot my sentence. Actually, I didn't write it. I'm going to be real with you. I'm going to say this. Bill stood by and commented on what you were doing. Bill stood by as a total Kebitzer and told you what to do whenever he doesn't fucking know shit. There we go. Solid. Phantom Sam word of the week. Kebitzer. And, yeah, that was fun. I mean, I made that up on the spot. I hope that sufficed. I hope you get the meaning of it. Yeah. So, but guys, that was the word of the week. And after this short break, I'm going to take a short break because I got to take a fat piss. That's just how the show works. Okay. Normally, I would just say we're going to take a short break, and then I would just go take a fat piss, but I've been telling you often for episodes now, so I don't know why, but I drink a lot of coffee, I drink a lot of water. That's beside the point. We're going to get to the But during this short break, here is a short list of the funnest pareidolias that the internet has to offer. And we are back. Guys, I hope you enjoyed that short list of the funnest pareidolias that the internet has to offer. I am freshly pissed. And I am ready to make more piss. So, we are here, and I do have a couple segments for you today, and before we get into that, I do have my weekend recap, which is very short. Space Camp and I played our last show together this past weekend. It was at the Hooch and Leaf in Boonville, Missouri, and I'm going to be honest, whenever I see Boonville on a sign, I'm like, there can't be anything of value in Boonville. No offense to Boonville. This is what I thought. This is my initial thought. When I get to Boonville, I was kind of surprised. I didn't realize that it was like a casino town where there's like shit going on there. It was kind of surprising, but Boonville, poppin' spot, right down the road from Columbia, which is also a very poppin' spot. But Boonville, hell yeah, man, you proved me wrong. It was dope. We played at the Hooch and Leaf, which is Hooch and Leaf. It's got fucking booze and pot. And they had these nice little floral printed fucking joint cones. I don't know what they call. I'm totally out of touch with the lingo. But I almost got some for Nichelle. They were kind of cool. But they had all sorts of stuff like booze smoothies and cigars, and all sorts of stuff, and lots of booze. But they had like a little showroom, and it was almost like we were like the mannequins in the fucking in the window, because it was almost like an old shopping window. Like you're walking downtown, tick, 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 and you look in the window, and normally there'd be like mannequins and dresses and beautiful things, and adorned and wonderful, wondrous gowns. But no, the gown we were the mannequins, and we were adorned in beautiful gowns. We were adorned in beautiful, wondrous grooves. That doesn't fit. Anyways, cringe, boo, yeah. Be quiet. Anyways, but it was dope. It was a very big window. I took a walk around the block, and I realized, like, why is anybody paying money to come to this show? Like a door fee? I'm gonna be honest. You could watch the entire show, albeit from the back, but because the stage was facing forward against or away from the window, but you could watch the whole show from the sidewalk, and most of us kind of did because it was a very nice night. But you could watch the show from the street, from the sidewalk, and I don't want to take anything away from Hooch and Leaf. This was actually kind of dope. I loved it, but I kind of questioned the whole, like, I feel like more, if you couldn't see in, I feel like it would bring more people in, but at the same time, it doesn't matter. I'm just talking shit, okay? But you could also, what I was saying though is you could I walked around the block, and I realized you can hear the Hooch and Leaf, the live music from Hooch and Leaf, for like 2 blocks away. And you could probably hear it for even farther, but I didn't go that far. I just went about 2 blocks, and then I came back around. And it was just it's kind of a wild spot. It's cool. I really dig it, actually. It's like in their nice downtown. I'm a sucker for some fucking dope-ass fucking downtowns. I'm a big fan of downtowns. I can't utter a fucking tune of anybody else's song, or I'm gonna get fucking copywritten. But anyways, guys, Hooch and Leaf, we played with Lifeline, who and Mad Existence, who we met. Well, I've known the dudes, at least some of the members from Mad Existence, for many years, but Lifeline, I hadn't seen them since Space Camp and I competed in the Battle of Higbee, the Gaggle of Geese. That episode right there. It was the Gaggle of Geese episode. It was many episodes ago, but there's nothing in it. It's just when we're talking about it. But we competed in a Battle of the Bands in Higbee, Missouri, one time, and Lifeline was the winners of the fucking battle. Jesus Christ. So we got to see them again, and that's always fun. The dudes from Mad Existence are swell dudes, and likewise to Lifeline. And I do have to give a big shout out again to I met up, if you do rewatch the episode of the Higbee battle, I mentioned the Cabana Mama, and I got to reignite the flame with the Cabana Mama. We engaged. She was my point of reference, my main engagement of the show. As those who know me, they know I like to talk shit on stage, but she was my point of reference the whole time. And big shout out, Cabana Mama. It was swell to see you again, and until next time. That's it. Just until next time. I'll see you again, I'm sure. Well, I mean, you'll be at the Sticky Fest. We're playing, as Phantom Sam will be at Sticky Fest. Yeah, Lifeline, swell dudes. Fun shit. Mad Existence. Hell yeah. It's fucking dope. I do have a segment here, guys, and I'm going to get to it. It's another Trends in an attempt to relate. This is the segment of the show where Trends in an attempt to relate. Let's try that again, okay? This is the segment of the show where I spout off 3 trends or current events in an attempt to be relatable, in an attempt to be popular and acquire the use, rightful use, of the internet's top hashtags. This is a ploy in order for me to be popular and more relatable to the masses, okay? That's what this is. Usually I write down my explanation and my spiel for every segment, but I didn't because I thought that I would get it. I thought I would have enough coffee in my body and my brain to just do all the work for me, but no. I have to operate my brain manually, and it fucking sucks. But anyways, guys, before we get to trends in an attempt to relate, here's another message from our sponsors at Whimsy Warehouse Vintage.
It's really cool shit.
Guys, I hope you enjoyed that message from our sponsors. Here is the segment I like to call Trends in an Attempt to Relate. Like I said, this is where I try in an attempt to relate and be popular and more likable by acquiring the rightful use of the internet's top hashtags. Anyways, guys, first trend that I want to explore here is apparently I seen that the Colorado River was trending. Okay, and the Colorado River was trending because a man drowned in the Colorado River trying to retrieve a hat. Now, I have a few things to say about that. I was talking to Nichelle about this, and she mentioned something so tragic for something so little. And then we were pretty much like, man, that better be her granddaddy's hat. That better be her granddaddy's hat, the Bud Light hat. It better be that hat, the nostalgic, not the nostalgic, the vintage Bud Light hats that are made out of the cans. It better be that. Because why are you jumping in the water and drowning for a hat, man? Like I'm going to be honest. I don't read any of these articles. I read the headline like a normal human being and just assume everything. That's what I do. That's what humans do nowadays. Who reads an entire article, let alone many articles about one subject? Nobody does that anymore. So, I don't know what kind of hat it was. It better have been one of those really expensive Stetsons from like the 50s or some shit that his fucking war-torn grandfather owned and passed down to his kid, and he passed it down to this guy, and he was trying, it better be something like that, you know what I mean? It better be, it just better be that. Or the Bud Light hat with the cans. Fuzzy Goldwater. Anyways, I'm fading out of existence again. Holy shit. I don't know what's happening. Clip. Oh, you One day we'll figure it out. But we're going to fight through this real quick. So, guys, our next trend in an attempt to relate is, and there's been 10 missing scientists that are all involved or have ties with UFOs or nuclear arms. And that's kind of fucking crazy, right? And they all have either disappeared or fucking died. Unalived. I already fucked it up. I'm not going to censor that, but I'm not going to censor anything, okay? Unless it's a clip, but we'll see if this is a clip. Anyways, but yeah, 10 scientists, they fucking all had these like common disappearances where they just like left. I don't know where they went. Nobody knows where they went. But apparently as of right now, 2 hours ago, it was trending again, and Trump said, what did he say? He said, because people ordered a investigation into all these missing scientists, because what's crazy is not only did they have ties to UFO technology and nuclear arms and stuff, but they were inquiring about certain things, apparently. Like they were like asking questions or something, not like whistleblowing or anything, but they were asking questions, and that's whatever. That's just how it goes. And yeah, sorry, I'm fading fast. But Trump said, I don't know. Hope it's random. It's like, you fucking know. Alright? You just said, hope it's random. Shifty-eyed. I don't know what he knows. Anyways. No, nor will we ever know. Well, nor will he ever know. We don't know what the fuck. I mean, all he knows is fucking, I don't know, Trump shit. That doesn't make any sense. Scrap it. Anyways. Our third trend in an attempt to relate is, and this is a lighter note, huge fan of the Insidious franchise. They just released the trailer for it, and I told myself, hey, you should probably watch the trailer before you film your fucking Art of the Jam episode so that you have actually something to talk about. And I was like, no. I didn't say no, I frickin' forgot, okay? I didn't remember to watch it, but it's called Insidious Out of the Further. And what I know about it, though, is that it's about a new family, and the new family also has the ability to go into the further. To fucking, like, surf that dreamscape? Or, whatever the fuck, astral project? Fucking, pet those cosmos? With their whole body? I don't know what they do. But, out of the further. I'm excited. Because the Red Door was pretty dope. I didn't like how the whole fucking experience tore their family apart. I didn't like that. I didn't like how the mom and the dad were divorced and shit. That was kind of fucked up. I didn't really like that aspect of it. But, I mean, you got to do what you got to do when it comes to storylines and entertainment and movies. So, that it is what it is. But, yeah, Insidious Out of the Further. I have no idea when it comes out, but it's hopefully going to be good. The picture I seen was of, like, weird old people with, like, no hair. Pretty much the lady from fucking Shutter Island, scary one, Deborah Logan or whatever the fuck. Who's that? There's some other scary movie with like a decrepit old scary lady on it too, which fucking doctor lady. But they kind of looked like that, and I feel bad now because I just took a glance at the little picture that was on the article that I didn't read, and so if they're just normal people, I guess I fucked up. But anyways, yeah, Insidious Out of the Further, hell yeah. But guys, I'm pretty sure that's just about it for trends in an attempt to relate, and it's also, I think, a big wrap up for this episode. So we are going to cut to another message from our sponsors at Whimsy Warehouse Vintage.
Bye, shit.
And we are back, guys, and we are back for just a split second because we are on our way out. Like I said, this was going to be a shorter episode because I just wanted to display that we're turning over a new leaf here. We're trying to reset up the set and make it fun. I do have to actually mention real quick that I do have a show and tell here. It's Brazilian impressions. It's me combating Iranian AI jazz with some real jazz, not Iranian because I don't have any Iranian jazz. I had Brazilian jazz, and this is by a guy named Dick Hyman. That's kind of funny, right? I mean, I'm not kidding. Look it up. Dick Hyman, Piano and Woodwinds, Brazilian Impressions. Great album. It's got some Sugarloaf, A Time for Love, Samba de Duas Notas, Mas que Nada, A Message to Michael, Song of the Jet, Jazz and Samba, Insensates, Eleanor Rigby, Rye, A Day in the Life of a Fool, sounds about right, and O Barquinho, whatever that means. But guys, on the next episode, I'll be sure to include maybe like a little bit of footage and show you how Phantom Sam's reformation and reinvention is going. Maybe I'll do that instead of a short list or a fun or a jam or something. Maybe I'll throw in some fucking footage or some audio or something of some stuff, just to show you how everything's moving along. Okay, and like I said, best of luck to Space Camp with his future endeavors. But we got to move forward. We got to change. We got to evolve. You know, we got to keep moving forward. You know, that's just the way that it is. I think. You know, you got to take what life hands to you, and sometimes it's not the what you would prefer. Sometimes it's not fun to just sometimes you get dealt a fucking not a I don't want to say a shitty hand. There's always something fortunate you can do with it. It just depends on your perspective, you know. And I think it's good for the both of us to be going through this, and it's much needed. I think we're working through it, and we're going our on our merry ways, and we'll just see. So I hope you guys keep up and just accept the change, because you got to try new things. You got to make mistakes. You got to try new things. You got to evolve. Okay, you got to keep moving. Okay, there's no time for it. Some people aren't going to like it. Some people are going to like it. Some people won't like it as much. Some people think that it won't be the same. But guess what? It's not ever going to be the same. Okay, just speaking from my perspective too as a band, it's like this Phantom Sam has gone through several iterations, and it's never the same. Okay, that doesn't mean different doesn't mean bad. Different doesn't mean, and of course there are people out there that are going to say like, ooh, it's better this way or it's better that way, or there's going to be also people that like it better. It's just the way that it is. But it also has nothing to do with you. No offense to anybody, and not to alienate an audience, but you have to let the artist do what they do. And sometimes they don't do what you like, and that's it's out of our control. Okay, we're at the whim of the universe, and you gotta fucking ebb and flow. You gotta be like water. That was a poor fucking thing. But guys, that being said, guys, we are going to live with cause and leave results to the great law of the universe. We're going to pass each and every day in peaceful contemplation, patience, and all the while remaining present in our lives. So, that being said, go outside, pet some grass if it's not too wet, or if you're into that, I guess, pet some grass, touch some trees, pet your wife, kiss your dog, you know, just enjoy your life and enjoy it for what it is, and keep changing, keep evolving, reinventing, reforming, and being whoever the fuck you want to be, okay? Because you have that power to be whoever you want to be, whenever you want to be it, however that is. And you should do it unapologetically, with nobody else in mind, okay? Obviously within reason. You know what I mean, okay? But you can be whoever you want to be, okay? That being said, guys, this has been another episode of Art of the Jam. We won't have a little... I'm gonna throw in a little pre-recorded toy piano tune, because, I mean, we're in the middle of shit. My toy piano is over there on the seat, if you can see it. I'm sure you can. But I'm going to cue the outro this time and throw in a little pre-recorded toy piano jam. So, that being said, guys, this has been another episode of Art of the Jam, number 131, and thank you guys for watching. Cue the outro.
It's Dead Mouse.
There's no autism. Go fuck yourself. Unalive yourself. I like war. I really dig it. You gotta make room. That's just the way that it is.